Welcome back, Focus Learners, to another explainer. Today, we're tackling something every single student needs to master right now: declaring AI in your assessments. I really want you to think of this topic not as some tedious, bureaucratic trap, but as an empowering, highly transparent guide to protecting your academic integrity in the digital age. So let me ask you straight up, have you used AI on an assignment recently? Look, if the answer is yes, you're definitely not alone. But here's the thing we really need to internalize. We've got to start treating generative AI like a guest author. Just like you'd quote a famous book or lean on a co-writer for a big project, we have an absolute obligation to transparently cite its contributions to our work. Okay, let's dive straight into this. Today we're covering why we disclose, when you need to do it, the 5-step annexure process, how to provide your evidence, and finally, a quick pre-submission check. All right, part 1, why disclose AI usage? There are really 4 core reasons why doing this is an absolute must. First off, it allows your lecturer to identify the AI-generated content. Second, it clearly differentiates the AI's assistance from your own original work. Third, and honestly most importantly for you, it ensures fair and accurate marking. And fourth, it's just a strict requirement whenever AI assists you. Basically, disclosure is the ethical solution that ensures your graders can clearly see exactly where your unique, brilliant voice ends and the AI begins. Moving right along to part 2, when must you disclose? The rule here is incredibly broad. You must disclose any use of generative AI, whether the assignment brief asked for it or not. Let's imagine a hypothetical student, Sarah. Sarah sits down, opens ChatGPT, and just uses it to bounce around a few early essay topics. She doesn't actually copy a single word of text into her paper, but because she used it for brainstorming ideas or conceptualizing and planning, Sarah absolutely has to disclose that. The same goes for drafting and structuring text, exploring arguments, or even just enhancing your visuals. Literally any form of assistance counts. So the crucial point is that every single interaction counts. From that very first late-night brainstorm all the way to a final visual tweak on your cover page, there is absolutely no such thing as an off-the-record chat with an AI when it comes to your academic assessments. Which brings us to part 3, the 5-step annexure process. Let me be your academic mentor for a second and guide you through this exact formula. To declare properly, there are 5 official steps. You need to formally title your annexure, identify the specific sections used, name the exact AI tools, state the purpose of the help, and add your dates of use. Let's break those down. Zooming in on step 1, I need to give you a stern warning here. You cannot take creative liberties. You must use this exact specific phrasing for your document title, Disclosure of AI Usage in My Assessment. Don't call it My AI Chat or ChatGPT Help. You've got to use that precise phrasing every single time. Moving on to steps 2 and 3, identifying the sections and the tools. You need to pinpoint exactly where the AI stepped in. Was it question 2.2, the introduction, the conclusion? Be incredibly specific. Then, you name your superpowered librarian. Which tool actually gave you the help? Was it ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, Gemini, something else? For steps 4 and 5, you detail the why and the when. What was the actual purpose of the tool? You'll check off whether you used it for brainstorming, meaning-making, drafting, checking grammar, or sourcing ideas. And finally, chronological record keeping is vital. You must add the specific date or dates that you used the tool.
All right, part 4, providing irrefutable evidence.
And the official guidelines brilliantly illustrate exactly how the institution expects you to handle this evidence gathering phase, because you've got to back up that 5-step annexure with hard proof. You have a couple of options for acceptable evidence. The absolute best way is to add a direct link to the actual AI chat, which a lot of platforms actually let you generate now. But if a link isn't available, you need to include screenshots of your conversation. A quick tip for our hypothetical student here: don't just dump messy images at the end of the document. Label them clearly. For example, title the image Q22-ChatGPT so your marker knows exactly what they're looking at. And finally, part 5, final pre-submission checks. Let's run through this quick checklist together to lower that pre-submission anxiety and make sure you've crossed every T and dotted every I. Have you disclosed every single use of AI? Yes. Have you clearly explained why you used it? Yes. Have you included those links or labeled screenshots? Yes. And finally, does your own thinking and voice clearly come through in the final work? Oh, and pay very close attention to this formatting rule. Placement matters immensely, and it's a highly specific, easily missed technicality. Your annexure must be placed after your reference list. Don't hide it in the middle of your essay or stick it right before your bibliography. Put it at the very, very end of your document. You seriously don't want to lose marks just because your formatting was out of order. Now, what's really interesting here is this mic drop warning pulled straight from the source. Over-reliance on AI may lead to mark deductions, even if disclosed. Show your own understanding and critical thinking. Basically, simply declaring the AI doesn't give you a free pass to submit automated fluff. It definitely doesn't excuse a lack of personal effort. Which brings us to the ultimate question you have to ask yourself before every single submission. I want you to really reflect on this. Is the AI doing the work, or are you? AI is an incredible tool, for sure. It's an amazing assistant. But it's not the student. Keep your academic integrity intact. Use these tools transparently and let your original critical thinking shine. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, focused learners. I'll catch you next time.